Moving on to resolutions. First resolution is amending the 2015 operating budget, professional services, county executive. Can I have a sponsor in a second?
Sponsor.
Roy, second?
Second.
Second, okay. I'm assuming we'll have some discussion. Matt, would you care to speak on it?
Sure, yeah, we have, we're a little short on our professional services line. We have some unspent funds within my department's budget. I was just hoping to make a transfer over. Predominantly, the money that we're using is for Page Group wrapping up our 2-year strategic development plan, showing accomplishments and starting to plan for the next 2 years. So that's predominantly what it's going for. We do have a couple other items in the works that would this would allow us to get moving this year rather than wait till January. So I'd be happy to include.
Barbara?
Well, how much has been spent on the Page Group? Will this conclude their services and tie up the
total number I don't know offhand. Obviously, I think the first year I had 25,000, and this year was 25,000. So
50,000?
no, not all of it. No, not even close. Maybe 25. That's just a ballpark. No, I think the strategic development and planning process is something that's going to continue, and we've reached a point now where we've had a great deal of success as far as reaching our goals, and now we're going to bring everybody back, much like we did in the beginning, and assess, what do we think the goals need to be for the next 2 years. So it'll be an ongoing process.
Just to keep exploring, if I could. So the plan is to just keep this outside group with no end in sight, kind of? And we don't know really
well,
how
I
much.
mean, I think when it comes to strategic development and having your goals and having everyone involved and staying on track and making sure there's accountability with this new organization, they've been a fantastic help. I pray for the day that we get to a point where we can back off a little bit, but the bottom line is there's a lot to be done here, and when the list of things that need to get done are smaller, I would say, yeah, we could phase them out, but I think with the resources we have in the county, this has been a fantastic help as far as achieving a lot of the goals like you're seeing tonight, whether it be, the buildings, identifying issues and things that we need to improve upon. Smart Lot was one of those initiatives that, as we see tonight, is looking at about $190,000 of annual savings. So as far as no end in sight, I think if this was a well-oiled machine running like a professional organization when we got here, maybe it would be a one-time thing, but as far as keeping the progress that we've made going, I think definitely at least another 2 years, absolutely.
Okay. No, I know we have a government efficiency planner as well over in economic development. I'm not sure if I can support this, but I know for the last 2 years they've done a wonderful job. So, thank you.
Martin?
Did we, in the budget process for next year, have we included this addition? I assume this is going to happen, their fee isn't going to go down next year.
Yeah, well, no, it's an hourly basis, so they don't just get a $2,000 a month, a stipend or something like that. It'll be, as needed, and how much we put into it is essentially how much. But with the increase that was given next year, we should be fine. Basically, this would put us at $35,000 for professional services, of which other things have been done outside of this. So,
and then another question.
Sure.
The treasurer's not here, but do we know how much is in our professional service line?
Ours? I'm not sure. Do you?
Yeah. Do you have?
To date,
Yeah. Can you? Well, I guess.
it would probably take me a few minutes, and I think I'd have to go on my other computer.
Well,
to do
just
so.
while you're.
Okay, I'll keep looking.
Well, maybe what we could do is maybe if instead of taking from fund balance, if we have extra in ours instead of.
well, this isn't going from fund balance, is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, it's pretty fine.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's coming
Yeah.
from fund balance.
Yeah, I know earlier you said it was coming from another line item.
I was under the understanding that this was coming from the insurance line. I
There's-
apologize about that.
I think there's another
That's the way it was
resolution
supposed
for that, or something else.
I would support that more.
That was going to be my question, that you had mentioned that running your budget.
Yeah,
What was,
well, the insurance is paid out of my budget in this year. We achieved a savings, and there was, I believe, over $50,000 left over in that line, rather than going fund balance. That was what I intended to use that from.
That would be-
And
Currently, we have 19,000 as of the.
Well, why don't we move it to full board with the,
With that adjustment, make
with,
adjustment there.
with, you know, not using the fund balance, but
Using our-
finding
so-
another source.
Do you know our account number?
well, I think that Matt was suggesting that here from his budget.
yeah, I mean, I think either way, if it's unused,
Either-
it both goes
yeah.
back to the fund balance.
I don't think we're gonna use that by the end of the year anyway,
No.
so we're not. I don't have anything planned.
Yeah, actually,
The
Oh, we
treasurer
do?
would prefer that, putting the money into the fund balance and then taking it out, so we'll find out.
So,
let's leave it
talk to
as.
Sean
Let's
tomorrow.
leave, yeah, let's leave it as is.
And let Sean figure it out.
Well, I'll be sure to follow up with you on that first thing.
Well, no, because there's another thing with the dashboard thing.
Yeah, but they haven't started yet, so.
But if they start in December. we'll
Yeah,
get
that's
that
true,
payment
too.
in
Okay.
December.
I have had this conversation with Sean.
Okay.
The money is in the insurance line within my budget.
Okay.
I can get that amendment for you.
Okay.
I'll-
No,
I'll do it.
okay, very good. So we'll move it to full board? Full board. Full board, okay, very good. Let's see. Resolution authorizing the county treasurer to disperse mortgage tax money, treasurer. Motion, second? Martin? Any discussion? Okay, we'll move it to full board? All righty. Resolution setting a hearing on the proposed
No,
annexation of,
no, you missed one.
I did?
Yep, this is the one taking out insurances.
Yeah,
I missed one?
Yep. Resolution amending the 2015 operating budget county executive.
Oh, the top one isn't, okay, all right, I'm reading, okay. Resolution of amending the 2015 operating budget, county executive. Motion and second. Barbara,
sponsor.
Roy,
And if we could just get some,
any discussion?
I think this is what the insurance one, but if we could just get an explanation. It's for pending litigation.
Oh, then that would be great.
Yeah.
Is-
What's that?
It says an outstanding invoice for 1,900.
Oh, this one is, I believe this one is on one of the cases at the jail. We had an invoice come in at the end of the year that we are out of the lines in the professional services, that we're transferring it from insurances, I believe. That is what that came from. The bills go through the executive's office, so I'm not exactly sure where and why in the budget it's done this way, but my understanding is that that is to cover one of the bills for the insurance.
Okay.
Sorry, I can't be more
No.
helpful on that.
Okay.
No, it's okay for litigation then, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
The bills come in through, how it works is the bills come in from the litigation, and I review them to make sure there's not a bunch of surplus charges or anything out of the ordinary on there, and then they go through the insurance lines for payment. I think we were out of money on one of the lines, and then it got transferred to cover the bill. I think that's what happened with this, so.
Okay. Is everybody fine with that?
We'll get clarification on that.
Yeah, next week.
Clarification on,
Just that is what it is.
oh,
You weren't sure, so I was.
Oh, yeah, sure. I can double check with the billing department.
Okay, move it to full board?
Full board.
Full board. Next resolution, setting a hearing on the proposed annexation of property to Fulton County Legislature. Motion and second? Bob? Roy? Any discussion? I think we all seen this document, correct? Move it to full board? Ready?
This is for the hearing.
Yes.
not a-
Oh,
I'm reading it.
oh, I'm sorry.
This is the one I thought you were going to ask me about. That was what I was prepared to address.
Megan needs to adjust yet.
I'm
Would
sorry.
you guys like an update on this?
Sure.
Yeah, so
Okay.
petitions were,
So I have the floor, Chair.
Yes.
Okay, so we have received the notice of petition for the annexation of the property. That parcel where we did the annexation agreement, subject to the annexation agreement. The notice of petition has been officially filed by the landowners, which starts the clock running for us on what we need to do and the steps we need to take. So the first step in that process is we need to notice a hearing within 20 days of receipt of the notice of petition. I've been in communication with Fulton County and counsel for Town of Mohawk, and Fulton County is communicating with counsel for City of Johnstown because this hearing needs to be a joint hearing. There has not been a proposed date yet. There's a couple that are being kicked around. Obviously, it has to go through 4 municipalities, so we're trying to get that squared away. But in the meantime, we're going to have to at least notice the hearing so that we're in compliance with the law. So that's what this resolution is for.
And the hearing will be here? No.
That is still to be determined, I believe, because there's 4 different
Okay.
boards and bodies involved that we're going to probably need a larger place.
College or something, okay.
I have a question, Chair.
Martin?
Next week when we meet, is there going to be a date? to put in
Yes,
there?
I hope so.
Yeah.
We're definitely working on it. There should be. I don't anticipate a problem.
Any more questions? Move it to full board? Okay. Resolution authorizing county executive to sign task order, Public Works. Have a motion and a second?
Motion.
Barbara? Second? Roy? Any discussion, questions? I'm not quite sure what this is about. Is this something for Matt or Paul?
This is
it
smart glass.
Isn't this?
Smart.
This is the smart lot.
Oh, okay.
But
So then,
the amount is a little bit different than what they gave us. Is that just to leave a little comfort room? Or, I mean, it
The
says,
maximum you need?
yeah, it says not to exceed 2,474,000, where they said 2,100,000.
that's,
That's the total project cost, before the incentives are reduced and the credit from unified choices.
Okay. Thank you.
any more questions? Hearing none, do you want to move it to full board? Okay. Resolution denying applications for refund real property. Have a sponsor in a second.
I'll sponsor.
A second.
Martin, Barbara. Any discussion? I'm not sure if there's anyone here to speak on it.
I mean, I could comment, it's a pretty
Okay,
routine
Matt.
resolution. Real property office followed every rule and guideline that they had to, and has come to this decision and just needs a board meeting.
Okay. Any more questions? Hearing none, move it to full board? Okay. Resolution amending the 2015 operating budget, CHIPS fund, Public Works. Have a sponsor and a second. Bob, Barbara? Any discussion? Hearing none, move it to full board. Okay. Resolution approving abstract of audited claims, Office of the Legislator. Motion. Second. Barbara?
Who was the motion?
Joe? Any discussion? Move it to full board.
Full board.
And I think that's the last one, right?
I have
Yes.
something other, sorry. As you and I and Matt and Megan and Paul were sitting down reviewing some stuff with the capital project and moving forward as we move into future years, when Nancy, I was in the office and talking with Nancy, could we put in our RFP proposals for all RFPs that the people submitting provide an electronic copy? That way they can be emailed out instead of photocopying and everything. Just put that in as part of the requirement.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a legal requirement to have a hand copy served, or do they?
I mean, they can still give us the hand copies.
Copy, yeah.
But I think it would just be easier, and that way people, the public, can review them as well.
Well, and, I mean, I don't know, I don't see why there would be a legal hurdle to not having that, but I think also with reports, I know I've asked, Matt and Paul for a couple different things in electronic format, and even if it was just a policy that whenever anything be submitted, there be a digital copy of it so that it can't be duplicated or emailed out easily.
With RFPs, it gets a little trickier because they're supposed to all be opened at the same time on the same date for confidentiality purposes. So I'd want to look into that just a little bit to make sure we're not.
Could we require that they put a flash drive or a CD in the sealed envelope?
Yeah.
Something like that would be
Yeah.
fine versus like I'm just worried with the email that it could.
I don't care how the electronic is. I think.
It's not uncommon at all.
Yeah. Because I know, like, today we ran into, we didn't have enough copies for everyone, so we had to make copies.
Right.
It just make it so much easier. Go efficient.
But then we would have to look at them though, right?
There's room for human errors.
Okay. Anyone else? Motion to adjourn?
You got it?
Barbara, second. Bob?